What's happening, everybody? John Ryan here with IGN, looking for Voxophones in the Shantytown area of BioShock Infinite. So the first one we're going to go to is in the basement of the Graveyard Shift bar. It's actually right near where you find the guitar. You can play that nice little acoustic song and have Elizabeth sing, but we're not going to do that. It's here on the table.
When you force deep underground, well, you see things from the bottom up. And down at the bottom of the city, I saw a fire burning. The fire's got heat aplenty, but it ain't got no mouth. Daisy. Now she got herself a mouth big enough for all the fires in Columbia.
The next one you'll find is in the Bullyard, which is right in front of the Impound area, where those two cannons are. You're fighting all the guards. Anyways, hop up on either one of these skylines and head to the right-hand side. And on the back side of this building that you're passing is like a little alcove where you'll find the next Voxophone. We actually collected this one last, so pay no attention to the trophy. If you're doing these in order that we are, you didn't get anything.
Well, Fitzroy, you got a little cunning in you, if nothing else. Dropped a couple grizzly traps around the lines up here. Idea was to bleed one of your couriers till he gave you up. Except, of course, you're using kids now. Now I got this tiny Injun boy eyeballing me. Had to take his leg off. Damn thing's just lying here between us. I sure wish he'd cry or something.
So yeah, sorry if you got all excited because you thought you'd get a trophy for collecting that one particular Voxophone, but whatever. The next one is actually in the lobby of the Impound building itself, in this little office to the left-hand side on the second shelf on this table.
They argued something fierce at night, Lady Comstock and the Prophet. Could never make out what it was about from my bunk, though. After the worst, I seen she ain't left for morning prayer. So I crept upstairs to check in on her. And like a fool, I lingered. Scullery maid was what they called me when I walked into Comstock House. Murderer was what they shouted when I ran out.
So Voxophone number 4 is upstairs in the Impound area. So it's upstairs on the second floor in this central office right here. If you see, you'll go into that little alcove within this office, and it's on the desk right next to the unlockable chest, which is actually its own side objective, but we'll get into that later on.
There's the job, and there's life. They pay me to hate the goddamn Vox, and I take their money, but what's the harm of having a drink with Fitzroy's people? Face to face at the Graveyard Shift, why, they're just folk. Well, I guess I fell into the goddamn bottle because I stumbled back without the evidence locker key. If Schmidt finds out, well, there'll be hell to pay.
Now, once you head downstairs into the very, very basement, and then Elizabeth will open up this tear, that's when you're going to be able to get the next Voxophone. So you go downstairs, you'll pass a desk before you head into the basement, and there's nothing on it. But once you open the tear, voila, you got a new Voxophone.
You ever see a forest at the beginning of a fire? Before the first flame, you see them possums and squirrels running through the trees. They know what's coming. But the fat bears with their bellies full of honey, well, you can't hardly wake them up from their comfortable hibernation. We're going to Emporium, and then we gonna see what it takes to rouse them from their slumber.
Next, go ahead and make your way back outside through the Bullyard and then back towards the Graveyard Shift bar, derp. Anyways, you'll see these guys taking pictures in front of a dead handyman, and that's where the next one is.
Samuel, when the spells of anger come, I want you to play this recording and remember that I am the proudest woman in Columbia to have been your wife. They said your soul was choked by the fumes in that metal box, but this I do not believe. And we shall meet again on that eternal shore. both of us whole and smiling. I love you. I love you. I love you.
And the final one for this area is just inside the graveyard shift bar, right sitting on top of the bar.
Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt. As plans go, I'd seen worse, except this girl was already gone. Monument Island's a damn ghost town. It seems like they evacuated her when they heard I was here. An old friend told me Comstock spirited her off to that fortress of his. As a one-man job, this just went from betting on the river to drawing dead.
And that'll do it for all the voxophones in this area. We're going to keep moving on through the game. Just be sure for everything else from BioShock Infinite, keep it locked right here on IGN.